Hey guys, today's video is going to be a first impression on a foundation. It is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge. It's a pretty chit-chatty video. I kind of just got ready and talked the whole time, and I'm going to go get my hair done, so when I do my check-in later my hair will be different. But yeah, so if you want to see my first impression on this foundation, you're in the right place. Just keep on watching. Hey guys, don't mind my hair. I'm just getting ready to go to the hair salon and thought I would kind of do like a chit chat first impression. I'm going to do a first impression on a foundation because it's my day off, so if it ends up not looking that good, then not a big deal. But it is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge. I've heard like pretty mixed reviews on this. I've heard it works really good as like a mixer or a lightener if you need to do that, but I haven't necessarily heard great things about the foundation itself, so we will see. But I'm just going to go get my hair color touched up today. It's faded quite a bit since I got it done, so going to get that touched up, and thought I would kind of do like a chit chat, get ready with me, do a first impression on the foundation, because I was kind of also planning on doing a hair before and after, so you can see what it looks like now, and then you'll be able to see when I come back like the difference, and I'll check in with the foundation at the same time, I thought. So that is the action plan for today. So I'll read you what the Glamoflauge says on the bottle. It says invisible camouflage foundation, and then on the back it says a transforming liquid powder foundation that absorbs oil, camouflages imperfections, and delivers a long-lasting velvet finish. The skin perfecting fluid contains superfine pigments for seamless full coverage without looking caked on. Infused with kaolin clay for exceptional wear and oil absorption. Skin retains natural moisture for 12 hours of flawless perfection and transfer resistance. Pairs perfectly with our Glamoflauge concealers for extra covering power. So that's a lot of claims. I'm not usually a huge fan of like liquid to powder products, but I don't know, I haven't used a ton of them, so I guess we'll see how this goes. I have it in the shade Ivory, which like when I swatched it, it looked like it was a fairly decent match. So because it is kind of liquid to powder, I feel like it might not be super hydrating. So I think for primer today I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is one of my favorite primers, and it's super hydrating, so I think that will at least give us a good start. I recently shopped the Sephora VIB Rouge sale, so I've used these, but not a ton, just for like the last 2 days. I picked up the Tarte Color Wheel. It's this guy right here. I'm sure you've seen this all over social media. But it's the 10 different blushes. So far the only ones I've used are Culture and Concept, which are these two right here. Those are the only ones I've used, so I think I'm going to play around with that a little bit. And I also picked up this beauty, which is the Huda or Huda. I think it's Huda. Anyways, the Huda Beauty palette, the rose gold textured. So that's what it looks like. So far I've used a few shades. I've used 2 of the textured and then really just 2 of the mattes. No, 3 of the mattes, I guess. I think I'll play around with that today too. And then I recently just got a bunch of ColourPop eyeliners. I've already mixed them in with all my other eyeliners, but I have a bunch of fun colors now, so I might do like little pop color. But first, let's get to foundation. So, like I said, I'm going to use my Hangover RX primer. The skin should be super hydrated. So now I'm going to go in with the Glamoflauge. I'm not quite sure like the consistency of this, if it'll do better with a beauty blender or a brush, but I have both, so we'll see. It has a pump, which I like. So that's 2 pumps right there. It's supposed to be super full coverage, so I'm just going to start with that and then we'll kind of go from there. Strange texture. Okay, well, I'm going to start with my beauty blender and we'll see how that goes. Is this just me, or like, does it look weird? I think I'm gonna try a brush. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 439. I haven't really been using brushes for foundation recently, but this used to be my favorite, so I'm gonna try this one and I'm gonna pump out another pump and just try to like stipple it on and see if that does better, because that didn't really give much coverage and it kind of is not the greatest at blending out. I don't like this. This is weird. Already, I'm like not a huge fan of this. It does look like super drying already, so I'm glad that I put that primer on. Okay, well, I guess I'll go in with concealer. First impression of this is not good. Don't love it. I think maybe to get a little bit of the like glow back. I don't use this very often, but I think I'm going to use it today because my skin now looks super dry. It's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Spotlight, and I have it in Opal. I also have the liquid one in Moonstone, which is kind of what I was debating, but I use Moonstone more often, so I think I'll use that after I conceal. So this is also new. I've used it a couple times. It's the Naked Skin concealer. It's not a new formula and it's not new to me, but it's just a new shade, and I have it now in Fair Neutral. So I'm just going to use that to conceal. I'm just going to blend that in with my beauty blender. Right now I'm using this one. It's the red one, which is like, the label on it says red carpet or something. So I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between this one and the other ones, but this one I find like doesn't hold the moisture as much, like especially by the time I get to concealer. Like the last few days that I've been doing my concealer, I find it looks dry because this thing is like not holding moisture. With concealer it doesn't look so bad. I mean, I look super pasty, but that's the usual. So now I'm just going to go in with this liquid illuminator before I do powder, just to bring a little bit of life back. Like I said, I usually don't use this one very often, so we'll see. It might end up being a little bit too dark and I'll have to mix Moonstone on top, but so there's at least a little bit of a glow. Now I'm just going to go in and set my under eyes as usual with the MAC Pro Emphasize and a little bit of the Anastasia Banana Powder. So now my eyes are set. My face feels pretty set and there's no transfer that I can see. So maybe that means I can skip powder because it is supposed to be liquid to powder. So I'm gonna wait on that and see. First, I'm going to go in and do my eyes so it has even more time to set. So yeah, I'm gonna use my Huda Beauty palette. I'm gonna use this brush by Real Techniques and pick up the this color here called Bay. I'm gonna pick up Bay and then just use that to like set my lids. I'm kind of feeling going with like the pinky colors today, so that's what I'm gonna do. So the first one I'm going to pick up is Shy. I'm going to pick up Shy on like a big fluffy brush. I've been finding that with these eyeshadows, the natural hair ones like these like hurt me for whatever reason. Not with any of my other eyeshadows, but with this one. But I find this brush and brushes like this, synthetic ones, work better with this. Next, I'm going to pick up Flamingo, which is like the really bright hot pink color. And I'm going to pick it up on this brush. This is a Morphe E22. Okay, and then to blend everything out, I'm just going to go back in with that Shy color on the bigger brush and just... I'm going to pick up the Bossy color, which is right beside Flamingo. Just using my beauty blender to clean up the edges a little bit on the sides here. Getting a little bit sloppy. And now I have to try and figure out what color I want to do with my lid. I'm kind of feeling that like Fling color. So I'm going to pick up Fling just on my finger and pat it on. Lots of people complaining about this palette because like the textured shadows, you're supposed to apply them with your fingers. And some people didn't like that. I kind of do actually. I mean, I do that regularly anyways. Wiping away the little bit of fallout, and I'm just going to go back in with that original brush, not picking up any more product, just to blend it out a little bit. Obviously it looks a little crazy right now, but once everything else is done, it'll come together. So now I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I'm going to start off with a pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up that Shy color. And now I'm going to pick up my flat definer brush. This is the Morphe M432, and I'm going to pick up that Flamingo color, the really bright hot pink, and I'm going to put it along the lower lash line. I'm going to go in and highlight my inner corner. I'm just going to use the MAC, what is this, nylon? Yeah, MAC nylon. That's what I pretty much use every day. Like, look at the difference between those two. Yesterday, for like the first time in a year, I forgot to highlight my inner corner, and I knew I was forgetting something, but I just like was in a rush to get to work and I couldn't think of it, and then I got to work and I was like, oh my god, I look so dead in the eyes today. I think I'm going to do like a gold or something on my lash line, on my waterline I mean. So I'm going to use Best O by ColourPop. It looks like a, yeah, it's like a dark purpley color. So I'm going to use that in my waterline on the bottom. I'm just going to use my e.l.f. Brow Duo. me. And I'm just going to use again my Anastasia, I think it's number 7, right? Yeah, the Anastasia number 7 brush. I love that product for my brows. It's so good. For $4, like, come on. Can't beat that. So, brows are done. Let's do bronzer. I've been using this one a lot this week. It is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. It smells like chocolate. It's just a little like mini size one that I have, but I like it. It's nice and pale, which is good for my skin tone this time of year. So I'm just going to use my Real Techniques multitasking brush and blend it on. We'll see. Hopefully this blends pretty well because face feels like it's pretty set. No transfer, so hopefully this stuff blends out. So that blended okay. Not the best blending job ever, but not terrible. Blush, I'm going to use the Amazonian Clay Blush Palette Color Wheel by Tarte. And I'm gonna do one of the pinky colors. I think I'm gonna use Deco. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Deco, which is like the really bright pink one, this one right here. And now I'm going to go in with my Sigma F50 Duo Faba brush and blend everything out as always. I feel like I need to put some powder on my nose because my nose is looking really weird. So that stuff's all blended out. First before highlight, I've been using this a lot, this palette. It's the Hourglass palette. I'm using that a lot and just taking this brush, this is the Morphe E3. And what I've been doing is just going rubbing it between all three and then just dusting it to give me that like healthy glowing complexion. Okay, first I'm going to use this brush. This is the Morphe 500 M500 and I'm going to pick up the center one from this palette. It's Incandescent Light. I'm going to start to highlight with that. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the Luminous Light. Okay. Now, do I want to do liner? Tight line, I'm going to use my black eyeliner. This one is by Ardency In. I'm just going to tight line. Make your lash line look a little bit fuller. And then I'm going to use my Stila waterproof liquid eyeliner and just do a thin line. There, and that just adds a little bit more definition. So now I'm just going to set my brows using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I just need to do setting spray. Today I'm going to use the MAC Fix Plus. I've been using this a lot because my skin's been getting drier and it just helps with melting all those powders in. So I feel like I could use a brow bone highlight. That's the one thing I feel like is missing from this palette, is a nice brow bone one, brow bone highlight. I feel like that's what Angelic, I think it's called, no, Moon Dust. I feel like that's what Moon Dust was supposed to be, but it's too dark for me. So I'm just going to use this brush. This is actually a concealer brush, I think. Yeah, it's Sigma F75. But I'm going to mix the macro emphasize and nylon, because nylon's a little bit too frosty for my liking, for my brow bone. I'm going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational as always. Feeling this one, I wanted to try it the other day and I thought it was too dramatic for work. So I'm going to use the ColourPop Lippy Sticks in Grunge for my lips. And I'm just going to highlight my Cupid's bow a little bit. Do I want glossy lips? I have this one from ColourPop in the shade Fudg'd. I think I'm going to put that on. 11:01. That is like perfect timing because I have to leave soon. So makeup's done. This is my hair before. It's kind of like a medium brown. It was quite a bit darker when I first got it done, but the ends have faded a lot because it was blonde underneath. So anyways, so this is my hair before. And I will see you guys later when I come back. It's 11 o'clock, so I think I finished my like base at like 10:30, so we'll see how long it wears. Hey guys, so I am back. It is now 3:30. I just got back about a half an hour ago. I had a snack. If my teeth look black on the bottom, it's because I had a couple Oreos. Whoops. So yeah, obviously my hair is quite a bit darker. It's like a chocolate base, but with more like subtle highlights. So that's what I got. We got a bit of a trim. My hair looks super short because it's like freshly curled, but it's not really that short. So yeah, it is quite a bit darker, but I really like it. I find it makes my eyes pop even more. In terms of this foundation, I do not like it. It's not really showing in here, but when I was getting my hair done, the salon that I go to has like a ton of windows, so there's like a ton of natural lighting, and as soon as I sat down and looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, holy shit. And I was like, wow, I don't like this foundation. My hairdresser was like kind of asking why, and I was like, oh, like it's really oxidized. I was like, you can see how like my face is orange and then the rest is not. I mean, my makeup looks a little crazy right now because when you go like to get your hair done, you know, they get hair dye and then they wash it off, and then it's just like there's like this ring of makeup missing around my face. But besides that, this oxidized, and I just don't like it. I don't think there's anything about this that would make me like it. Like nothing. I mean, maybe if you have oily skin you might like this, although to be quite honest with you, it felt very greasy when I was applying it. Like, I know I kept saying I don't, like it felt weird. I couldn't really place like what was making it feel weird. It's because it felt greasy. And then it would dry to powder, which fine, I guess, but I don't like it. I probably will not use it again. I'm actually going to check and see if I still have my receipt, and if I do, I might just return it because, to be quite honest with you, I don't like it. And I would much rather try the L'Oreal Infallible, what is it, Pro Matte? It's like the opposite of the Pro Glow, which is this one. It's like this, but I'm pretty sure it's called Pro Matte, and it has Red Label instead. because I like this one. I don't love it, but I like it. And I would like to see what the matte one is like. I think the matte one's probably similar to this. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I think they're probably kind of similar. So I'm going to see if I can find my receipt for this. And if I can, it's going back. Although I think Walmart usually takes things without receipt anyways. So yeah. I do not recommend this one. Out of all the foundations that I have tried, this is close to being my least favorite, along with the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. Is that what it's called? That mousse one that I used in my my How I Did My Makeup in High School video. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me in high school that I thought that looked good either, because that oxidized. The color was way too orange, and like it was not a cute look for me. And I feel the same way about this. I mean, if you have oily skin, like I said, that might work for you because it does dry to a powder, but like as soon as I finished blending it out, one, it didn't blend out very well with the beauty blender or the brush. I had to use both. I had to use the brush first and then the beauty blender, which is not convenient. And then as soon as I finished blending it, it was like it was starting to dry and turn to powder, which, like, I don't know, it was just so weird. I mean, I guess that's the whole purpose of it, but it's just not my cup of tea. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like my new hair as much as I do, because I really like it. If you have any requests that you'd like to see me test out for foundation or even any other products, be sure to leave me a comment down below. The next one I'm thinking of trying out is the Clinique, what's it called? Clinique Beyond Perfecting the Foundation Plus Concealer. I think I'm going to order that this week, so I'll try and test that one out next week. And then, like I said, if I can find my receipt, I'm going to return this one and get the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. So then I'll have two more. If there's anything else you want to see me try out, please be sure to let me know. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on a computer, you can just click right here on my little face, and you can just click on that and click subscribe. Or if you're on a computer or tablet, you can just scroll down from the video and click on subscribe there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.